What's going on, guys? Welcome back. I hope you guys are having a great day. Guys, I'm excited to bring this video to you. This is awesome. We're going to be looking at Sol 545, and I set out to find two photos. One, the black and white one, as well as the colored one. Now, you'll see what I mean, how one thing I just thought was, oh, they just kind of, smoothed it out so you can't see this particular anomaly. And that picture that looks like the object's not there, there's so much more in that one. You're going to see what I mean. Let's jump into it because this is cool. All right. This photo here, this is the one we're looking at. It's right here, and you can see it at the top, Mars, JPL, NASA.gov. And you can see MSL, which is the Curiosity rover. And raw images, my butt. But anyway, you guys know what I mean. And you can see it right here, Sol 545. And it's the NCAM, or the nav cam, right? And of course, it's a JPEG, also means garbage. And like I say, guys, I believe that these photos are actually high resolution, but when they're done with them, they look like absolute trash. It's almost like they take a picture of it and totally degrade it, so you don't get the high res that they are seeing. And then, of course, they do their magic, if you want to call it magic. I call it a total disaster. But you can see things in here, in this photo, that look like mechanical machines, things that have been sitting here on the surface or buried in the surface of Mars. And guys, this one here will blow your mind. All right, the first thing I noticed was this object right here, right in the middle. Now, if you guys want, pause this right now. Have a look at this piece right here with your magnifier. And what you're going to see is actual shapes right here. I'm going to get the cursor out of the way in a second. Looks like a dock, almost like a duct, like an air vent intake or exhaust right here. It's skinny piece. You can see underneath it right here. And then it goes to a fatter body of this thing. And you can see little designs. Now, pause this right now. Have a look at that. But while you do that, I want you to take a glance at this area here. Again, when I'm done, I'm going to pause so you guys can just pause it right there. All in the back here. And guys, I'm hoping you remember this. It's the little white specks. It's the little white pieces in between all of this garbage, this like in the back. That's the actual anomaly. The white pieces are the anomaly. Again, I mean, what color are we looking at right now? Black and white. That's it. So it's the brighter pieces, usually, not always the case, but that are the actual anomaly, right? Again, this area here, you're going to see what looks like a little box sitting right here, and there's separations in the ground. And there's like little tiny little details right here alongside of this little black box. Right here, look at the way this thing comes out. Boom, 90-degree angle, straight across, 90-degree angle, up. But this thing is really funky looking when you see it. Just really cool. Now, in the back here, you can see it right here. Structures, guys. Structures everywhere. But, to me, a lot of this right here, almost in the foreground. Well, we're going to call it the middle ground because here's the foreground here. Middle ground here, and in the back, way in the back, I believe this middle is actually garbage. Here, it just seems like it has too much detail to be just natural formations on the Martian surface. Okay, so let me zoom into this. I'm going to go right to Photoshop because I can zoom in a whole lot more for you guys and show you this. Now, this was the original size, and of course we blew this up for you guys, and now we can zoom into this, and I'm going to show you exactly what I mean. Check this out. Goes like this. Well, it's more rectangular than that. Goes like this here. You can see right here, it's like a skinny piece to this. Stops right there. And then goes to a much fatter part of this thing. You can see it comes down like this. Well, not like that. Comes down like... Somebody, one of my subs said, man, do you do that with a mouse? Yes, I do. He said, you must have amazing dexterity to be able to do that. You can see I make mistakes. It's not that easy. But you can see right here, and you're going to see that a little bit better. This thing actually goes down a whole lot further than right here. And of course, there's a bunch of crap in the way. This is the reason why you don't see it that much right down here. Now, I want you to have a look over here. Goes like this. There's a line right here. See, it goes right there. Goes across. Looks like almost looks like you know what I thought it was, guys? Like a car on its side. Look at this. Does this, but it does not. It actually has lines in this thing. It goes like this. And watch what I mean. Right here, you can see this. There's a thin line right there. Another thin line right here going across. And then these pieces, for some reason, go out like this. It's just, you'll see what I mean. It's really bizarre. Here's that box piece I was telling you about. Right there. or it looks like a little round circle or some kind of design on it. This straight line, and then look right here. Circle, circle, circle. And again, I'm going to bring this stuff out a whole lot better for you guys, so stick with me on this. All in the back. This thing looks like a ramp. I don't know if you guys seen this, but... And then it goes up like this. Comes back down. And looks like two supports. You can see that they're dark, but they look like two supports. See that? Let me just back up just a hair bit. And guys, this stuff is everywhere. This object right here. I don't know if you guys can see that very well. Again, all we got to do is just put everything the same color, blur it up a little bit, and nobody's none the wiser. They won't see these. They think everybody, like I said before, are a bunch of dumb yard apes that don't have a clue what the hell's going on here, when in fact, most of us are pretty tuned to what's going on here, right? And it looks like there's something in the middle of this thing. Do you see that? Right there? Okay. So let's jump in this thing a little bit better. I'm going to go ahead and lighten it up and show you the actual piece that right there. You can see these. It actually does this, though. I made a mistake on this, and I'm going to show you what I mean. I'll just do this right here. Goes like this and then goes over and goes up. But that doesn't matter. The whole point is this thing is actually there. You can see it right there. And in this photo, it looks like it does this. But it does have a piece that does this. Now, that may very well be nothing more than a trick of light right there in that little line. But I'm doing this sloppily, so forgive me for that. But anyway, so again, let's go jump back a little bit and show you the whole photo. Now, check this thing out. And what I did was I highlighted anything that already had a bright signature to it, or a white signature, to see if there's anything else in this photo. And my God, the stuff that's in here, look at this. That object I showed you right there. Back here, you can just barely see that, but check this item out right here. See that right there? You can see this stuff pretty darn well. Now, let's check it out over here. This stuff here, there's no way, guys. This is not, I don't know, oh, man. I'm trying to picture what their civilization and how they build would look like. But there's too much detail in here to be absolutely... Look at this thing right here. I don't know what that is. But check these all these pieces out that are inside this. And it's hard to tell what this thing really is, to be truthful with you, right? I don't know. I can't tell. That's what I love about all these pareidolia police. When they go, oh, he's got pareidolia. How do I know it? How do you know it's pareidolia? I don't even know what it is. You know, I'm just saying these are objects. In other words, they're not rocks. They're not natural. I'm not saying what they are. However, I do say, guys, there are structures in here. Now, I'm going to go back to this photo in a moment, but check this out. This is what I did. So now I decided, hey, let me find the other color to this, because there's usually a colored one to this too, right? So I looked at this one here, and lo and behold, it's so blended in, you can barely see it. And then most people say, well, see, you didn't see anything, really, because clearly it's not in the photo. Now, this item here, I know a lot of people have seen this. In fact, my buddy Will over at What's Up in the Sky, he's done this particular one. And in fact, many people have done this too after. But you can see this nice cut right in this rock. And I don't think it's a rock, to be honest with you. I think it's just been dressed up to look like a rock. Regardless, funky looking shape, right? Okay, well, look at this. Imagine that. It's completely gone, except for a little bit. They kind of messed up a little bit here, guys. Right there, you can still see that area. Right there. And it kind of goes like this a little bit. And it goes down right here. See that? But look at this. You can see where they've actually blocked this right out. They completely fudged this thing over. And I thought, well, you know what it is what it is. You know, no big deal. However, this photo is actually better than the other one. And I didn't think for in a million years that this was going to be better. I always told you guys to look at lines, right? Check this out. Look in the background here. First of all, we got what looks like a freaking tunnel sitting right here. Let me go up to like 400%. See this right here? And it goes like this here, right? Pay attention to the lines. I always said pay attention to lines. Look at this line right here. Now I'm going to just back up just a hair bit. You guys can always use your magnifiers. You know that. Right here. Goes up and over. Goes around. Stops. There's a top piece to it. Goes like this. goes across as well and goes back. Now pay attention what's in the background. Look at these pieces right here. That's right, folks. I think, and this is only my opinion, that these are structures. And guess what? See the light area right there? Let me see if we can get it a little closer here. Of course, it's going to really badly degrade this photo. Not like it needs much help. But you can see right here the white pieces. See how they're like blurred over? See this? All these colors and pixelations right there. Now, don't get me wrong, a lot of these compression marks, because this is a low-res piece of garbage JPEG, right? Yeah, they claim it's raw. Yeah, they'll be all right. Again, these items in the back here. But these white pieces, you can see just a hair bit of them right here. They go past and down this area. You're going to see that a whole lot better in a moment, too. But there's so much more, guys. This right here. Right here. Okay? Let's jump into that. Let's go ahead and reset that. Okay. Now, what I wanted to do was try to see that same thing. Here's the other one. Here it is outlined from these objects. Here's another view of it because I went through it just a little bit better. Check these objects out. I'm going to go from left to right. Let me go ahead and bring that up. Okay. Again, that box with these little designs on the side here. And you can see the way that's shaped right here. This item here I showed you earlier. That weird looking shape thing. You notice how it's taken on a different shape. Imagine that. How does something on the same day, the same position that you're looking at, pretty much the same, if it is, it's off a couple degrees, it's not going to make a huge, huge difference, right? Very minute. And you can see this thing, and what the hell? Look at the way this thing is. Let me go back over here. Here's that what looks like a ramp thing right here. And check out these items right here. Structures, structures, structures. If they're not structures, it doesn't matter. I don't care if they're Humpty Dumpty. The point is, they're not Martian landscape. Okay? Check this out. You see this a whole lot better now. Again, these things do not look natural, and they have separations in them. See that? Just different funky looking things sticking out of this. I don't know, guys. If that's Mother Nature on Mars, like I said before, it's pretty crafty, right? Okay. So, let me back out of that. Now, I want to show you the other photo, like I said. All right, here's the colored photo right here. Man, this photo is crazy. Okay, let's just zoom in. Again, we've got this here. Okay, and again, you can look at these lines that are going like this here. Right there. And you get the other one going like this. Also like that. And again, look at these items sitting in the background, guys. Look at this. Especially these right here. And there's more of it. It just keeps going. There's more pieces here. Let's stop by getting this crap color off of it. This item's right here. We're going to start from here. There's something right there that's white, but I want you to look at how they take the depth of these photos. This is awesome. Right there. Now I'm going to go ahead and get into that a little bit more. And suddenly there's more depth in here. You got these round pieces in here with a small dot. But check out the way these things are. This, again, I don't see too many rocks with the details this thing has. It just doesn't do that, right? And again, there's something right here. I don't know, either that's just a manipulation where they try to get rid of this item I was telling you about. That's in the black and white one, right? Now let's have a look up here. Check this out. Watch this. These items are in the photo. Guys, this can only be one thing to me. It's intelligently made. Now, we can argue about what it may be, you know, whether it be structures. Again, we could call it Humpty Dumpty for all I care, but it is not a Martian surface. It is on the Martian surface, but it is not actually natural, right? And I think you guys will agree with that. Look at this. I'm just going to zoom in a little bit more. Check that out. Right? Now I'm going to back up so it won't be too grainy. And you guys can use your magnifiers or your eyepieces and check that out. It gets better. Check out this foreground here. Well, these look like these 4 or 5 rocks. See this right here? 1, 2. I'm not sure what's going on over here. It's like a smudge mark. But there's a bunch of crap here where they try to take these things out. See this right here? Completely fudged out. This whole area's been fudged. So what I do is I try to burn through this with the burn tool. And then I try to use the dodge tool so we can check that out. And this is what I come up with. This is what kind of popped out of it. Okay? Whatever the hell these things are, I can't make out what they are. But here's what I find interesting. This right here almost looks like a pipe type thing, or several pipes. Okay? I don't know what this is down here. Almost looks like structural. And you can see it right here. It actually goes back. Almost like a box type thing. See that? What is that, guys? So much stuff being hidden in these photos. It's crazy. And guess what? I guarantee we're only seeing the tip of the iceberg. Here's those other objects in the back. Not sure if this is a manipulation period or if this right now, especially these right here. This one here. And these right here. Okay? Not sure what to make of that. Maybe you guys see it. But if these are structures here, which they appear to look like that, or it's just machinery out on the Martian surface, some people will say, well, it looks so random. Why would this stuff just be in the middle of nowhere? Well, we don't know that. It might have been a finely landscaped area. Okay? Kind of like we have here, industrial areas and stuff like that. Everything's landscaped and everything else. It just looks like this now because of this catastrophe that this had way back in the day, right? Let's have a look at this. Here's another thing. Check this out. Look at this item right down here. And you can see what looks like it's double pieces right here. 1, 2, right there. Let's keep going. And well, here's what's funny too. There's another thing right here. And you can see it's kind of rounded. Whatever the hell this is whatever the heck this thing is kind of rounded. It kind of goes like this, has this round piece. But check this out. It looks like something we saw like in the other one where I said it looked like that monolith or small monolith or whatever it is laying down in the previous video, right? And you can see like the bottom piece of it here. And again, we got this crap in front of it right here. But whatever that thing is, again, that doesn't look natural. See that? And right here. Again, lines tell all, guys. Let me show you something. Quick question. Do you guys see the lines in this photo? Now, there's a bunch of squiggly crap because, you know, again, it's a low-res photo. But there's some things that actually stand right out. Do you see it right here? Okay. All the way down. Going like this here. Do you see that? How about this area up here? See this darker area, this round piece? Kind of looks like it almost does this. Like it's not completely round here at the top. Kind of looks like it does this. But either way, it's a mess. Now, if I do this, okay, if I do that, now you can check these things out. They're in the photo. Whatever the hell these things are in the photo. This area here is not just a completely flat, smooth ground. There's something in this thing that they're trying to hide. And they've been doing this. And this was actually a surprise. This jumped out at me. I didn't even see that until I started burning this. And you can see right here what they've done this right here. It's like a square. I'm looking at it from an angle, so therefore it's going to do that. Now, I want you to notice that this corner here is the whitest piece. Looks like it has some small design. But then the rest of this is this green crap that they put over it to take out or try to hide. They put this texture over it to try to hide this item. Check that out. The original, it's still there. It's right there. Blending is everything to these people. All right, let's get back on with this. So I'm going to go ahead and try and darken this up or burn this stuff. We can find it better. Again, this right here. This item in the back. Okay. Now you can see the white pieces better. All of these pieces right here. All of this greens and blues and everything, that's the manipulation, guys. That's what they're doing. They're hiding this stuff right here in plain sight. You just have to look for it. Now, I put it in black and white so we can get rid of the colors. And check this out. Like I said, guys, there's no way that that is natural landscape. Neither is this here. You know, I think the CGI gods actually threw us another bone here, guys. Again, I wasn't even expecting this. I just wanted to inspect this piece here on the bottom and compare it to the black and white that we seen earlier, that I showed you earlier. And it ended up having more stuff in it than the other one did. And again, why is it changing from photo to photo? You know why? Because it depends on the manipulation that they do to the photo And this is what we're seeing. And guys, like I said, if they're leaving these things in there purposely, well, I got nothing but thanks for these guys. And nothing but appreciation. Because to me, guys, come on now. This proves to me that there's absolutely or was a civilization on Mars that thrived. And it had an industrialization. It had structures. It had things like we have here. Maybe a lot different, but they're still structures, right? In other words, they live in them, work in them. And they just met with a catastrophic event. That's all. What do you guys think? To me, again, I mean, I can just take these off. I'll let you guys use your magnifier, so go ahead and pause this. I'm not going to move it, so you guys can pause it real quick. I can look right now at my magnifier, and I can see these things in the back. And I'm using the regular magnifier with the other small mag eye right there. It's like a little bit more, I don't know if it's a 10 times or whatever it is, but I'm looking at this right now. I'm looking at it right now, and oh my God. You can see rectangles, 90-degree angles, all in this white area in the back, as well as these things in the front. They look mechanical. They look like things that have been, and again, intelligently made, right? All in this area right here. Have a look in that area right there. Again, here's another area. All right here. This thing right here. That to me is crazy. I'm going to use my little eyepiece now. Yeah, it's craziness right there. Structures, structures, structures. And if they're not structures, there's something else that's intelligently made. And that's all there is to it. And I'm convinced now by seeing these things over and over again, meaning just all the different items. That's why I keep at these photos. A few people have said, well, we already know that this stuff that they had, stuff on Mars. What's the point of keep doing it? Well, I'll tell you what the point is. The point is because I want to continue to see the different things they have on this planet. And, I think it's interesting to see some of the things that are hidden. And I think it's just awesome to see this because it's like trying to see what's on this planet and how they lived and what kind of things they built and so on and so forth. Unfortunately, we see nothing but a lot of twisted garbage, like stuff has been twisted to pieces, maybe under water pressure or just a catastrophe alone, maybe a blast, like we were talking about before, 2 nuclear blast, so on and so forth. So it's just crazy, guys. I mean, it's cool at the same time. And again, we have this other object, going back to this, right here. Right there. Again, this stuff is right there. Now, again, I looked at the other photo thinking, can we still see this one in there? And this other photo, the colored photo? And guess what? You can't because they've done a great job of trying to smooth it out. A lot of people are like, well, no, this is a lot better high definition or high-res photo if you look at the color one. No, they're actually worse. And they could be better, as you've seen, because we saw the actual lines and stuff in the back. Now, look at this. You don't see it here. How come? Why? Because they're hiding this stuff. This right here, I believe, is all stuff to hide whatever's in the background. See that? Although you could pick out a couple things, they're still being hidden. That's all there is to it. I'm seeing intelligently made objects. All of this stuff back in here. And if it isn't a structure or anything, then it's junk. It's twisted metal, twisted garbage of a civilization that was there long ago, or maybe not so long ago, if you really think about it. Because we're still seeing these objects. And if it's true that the weather is the way NASA claims, it's highly windy, and there is rain. There is a rain cycle. They'll tell you there's a water cycle in Gale Crater. And that's where these guys are supposed to be, right? At least the MSL is. So when you stop and you look at all of the stuff in here, oh my God, these guys clearly, we're industrial. This stuff is intelligently made. That's all there is to it. You guys give me your take on it. I'm going to bounce out of here. You guys, tell me what you think is going on. Because like I said, I look at this stuff and I'm convinced. There's no way, no how. This stuff is absolutely intelligently made. And they were probably a world just like us. Or was it us to begin with? Just like now we're trying to have 2 planets, right? And guys, I gotta add this because this is crazy. I was thinking about this today. Being that the world is the way it is today, I don't know about you guys and where you live, what country, whatever, but every time you turn on, the drug epidemic's getting worse. Violence is getting worse. Not every place, of course, because it depends on where you live, right? But every time you turn around, it gets worse and worse. The society gets worse. Does it get better? Can the governments actually stop this from happening? If it does not, what will this world look like in 50, 100, 200 years? What is it going to look like by then? Is it going to get a lot more cleaned up? Is it just going to turn to crap? Is this the reason why they're trying to get to Mars so quickly and then establish a civilization on there? Think about that a minute. Then that'll be like the new utopia. And then they'll say, hey, All the mistakes we made on Earth, we're not doing it here. That's all there is to it. So all the people who have money, at first, those will be the ones over there, and this will be like almost like a prison planet. This will be just like, the dumpster, so to speak. How do we know? I mean, of course, this is only just a theory, of course. It's just thoughts. I was thinking, I'm not saying that's what's going to happen, but think about it. If it doesn't correct itself, if we don't straighten this civilization out the way we are here on this planet, the waste we have, I mean, where's all this tons of garbage going? You look around, just look at some of these videos, third world countries are getting all our scrap, old junk computers, all kinds of garbage like that. This trash has to be going somewhere. If it doesn't get better within 50 to 100, 200 years, what do you think it's going to look like? Now, if you start a new civilization on another planet, you start from scratch. And you say, guys, here's the new rules. We will not do the same mistakes. We'll make the same mistakes we did on Earth. And it'll be like more of a utopia, a lot more cleaner, no crime and stuff like that. And if not, it's dealt swiftly and you don't go to prison. Maybe they'll eject you out in space. Who knows? It's kind of hard to tell, right? I don't know. Give me your thoughts on this stuff. What do you guys think will happen? Why do you think they're trying to make a civilization on Mars? I mean, obviously, it's just to see if we can do it, first of all, right? But I mean, once they do it and they go, oh, wow, this is a breeze. We can actually do this pretty well. And I believe they can actually breathe on this planet. Maybe with a little bit of breathing apparatus, but there's times in the summertime, just like here, like today, I'm looking at 78. It was like 80 degrees here. And, of course, it's going to get sharply colder with storms. But nonetheless, if you look at some of these temperatures that have been on Mars, I mean, it's been like 80, 60, 70 degrees. We can live on that all day long. And because there's more of a atmosphere closer to the ground, I believe we can breathe on it. I don't think we'd have a problem. People go, well, it gets too cold at night. Okay, so you go into a structure and you hide there. It's kind of like you guys do in the wintertime. We all do it in the wintertime, right? It gets super cold out, we don't go outside unless we really have to go to work or whatever. So we do the same thing. We hide. We get away from the cold and the harsh temperatures and weather, right? It's no different. Go to Alaska. 6 months of darkness, 6 months of light. It gets super cold. The wind chill is ungodly. I remember being into CB radio. I used to talk to guys, and one guy said it was like 30 below zero. And he said, that's not even counting the wind chill. He lived up in Fairbanks. So you know what I'm saying, guys? Tell me what you think. What's your thoughts? What's going to happen to this planet after so many years? And why do you think they're doing something about it on Mars? And I've always said, this crew that goes to Mars, they're going to go, oh, by the way, guys, they're not going to say, we're going to send structures there, have them built, and then we're going to go ahead and bring you guys there and you're going to live in it. I believe they're going to make do with what's on the planet already, and they're going to try to get whatever they can get working. Who knows? Maybe they have a power supply there that's just still running. We don't know about it. We have no clue. Maybe they don't. But I think they're going to use whatever is available there still left over, and I think they can still use it, and that's what they're going to get into. That's only my opinion. That's only just my thoughts. That doesn't mean it is actually the real deal. In other words, it's pure speculation. That's all we can do, right? Again, give me your thoughts. Let me know what you guys think. Drop your comments down below as always, and like and definitely share the video. And guys, yes, I do have some more moon videos coming up, so keep an eye out for that as well. Make sure you hit the subscribe button as well as the little bell so you get notifications of the new videos coming up, right? Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Always appreciate it, and I'll see you on the flip side.